Hey guys, welcome back to Career Cushion. Our guest for today is Manasa. She is currently working as Senior SEO Analyst at Iquanti. She has an abundance experience of more than 8 years in this field. Let's get started by knowing her first. Manasa, can you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Hi, this is Manasa, and as Pranati mentioned, I've been working with Iquanti for the last 1 year as a senior analyst. And prior to Iquanti, like I was working with Ninepin Digital Media, which is again a digital marketing agency, and also I've worked with a product company called Autodesk. If I'm sure people will be aware of Autodesk, like who are
Yeah.
into, yeah. So and I started my digital marketing career in 2017, and prior to that, I was working in a healthcare industry as a physician assistant. So in 2017, due to a lot of automation going on in other industries, like I had to switch to some other industry, and then I felt digital marketing was booming at that time, though it was there for almost 12 years. Nobody knew about it. So only it was from 2015 people started getting to know about digital marketing. So that's how, like, from a medical industry, I switched my field to digital marketing industry.
Got
And
it.
about my qualification, I've done BBA. So
Nice. So immediately after BBA, you started working, is it?
right. So immediately after BBA, I was working with Convergys for Microsoft, which was I was into, and I had a lot of career switch throughout my entire career journey. So I was into testing. So this was the time when IE Explorer, Internet Explorer 9 was launched. So that's when we were into testing, and then I wanted to change my field because that was like not my cup of tea. I wasn't really interested in it. So that's when in 2013 I did medical transcription. And from there I worked as a physician assistant for University of Utah, Michigan. So as a physician assistant for multiple physicians, ED physicians. And then in 2017 I switched to digital marketing.
Nice, nice. So can you tell us what is SEO analyst and can you give us a glimpse of your day-to-day tasks?
Sure. So SEO, as most of them are aware, SEO is nothing but search engine optimization. So, for instance, like when you type something in Google, so there will be multiple search results that is given by Google, but you, as a user, we generally tend to click on maybe the first, second, or the third, or max within the fifth positions, like top five links. So this is where the SEO plays an important role. So we try to, whichever product or website or be it the service. So whenever a user search for a particular service, we tend to optimize it in such a way that our website or a service or product is shown in the top five listings.
Okay.
So this is exactly is the job of an SEO analyst, and our day to day job, it includes like multiple things. So SEO is not like many people think that SEO is a set of steps. If there are 10 steps and keep repeating the 10 steps, but that is not actually the case. So SEO is always about testing multiple things, experimenting. So because like every other day, or at least maybe twice in a year, this is just an example, there are updates like which are rolled out by Google to improve their search results. So SEO is about doing different things. So it's not just sticking to those 10 steps as people think, but again, experimenting, testing, and also it's not just about experimenting. We do something and leave it there, but then we measure it as well. Like, is it really helping us? Or, like, we need to change our strategies. So that is what we exactly do. So it can be again, when we say SEO, it is like it's not just optimizing the front part, like what you see on the front, the results, that is called the front end. So it's not just about that. So there are a lot of processes that are involved at the back end that runs as well. So it like it comes to the how the page is performing in terms of technical aspects, and also there are some off page activities that cannot be seen on the search result front page, but also which happens at the back end.
Okay. SEO comes under digital marketing, right? So, what are
Right.
all the career opportunities under digital marketing?
So under digital marketing, there are digital marketing. It has got like too many branches. Just like in engineering, when people say engineering, they have many other branches like be it CS, EC, information technology, or like so. The same way, digital marketing also has a lot of its branches. So one part is, as you mentioned, it's SEO. So there are other digital marketing fields, like it can be either performance marketing, so where it can be social media, or also like Google ads, which is paid performance. So it can be so it's called PPC, or like paid ads, Google ads, that's what we generally call it. And also like Facebook ads, which is now renamed as like Meta ads. And that's about the performance, like if you want to go for marketing. And then there are other fields like web developers, then graphic designers, UI UX designers. And also if you want to get deeper, there's something called affiliation marketing, and also brand building. So in SEO, in digital marketing itself, there are different sectors like this. Yeah.
Okay, got it, got it. Uh, so, what qualifications someone should have to get into the SEO domain, and also can people from any educational background enter this field?
Yeah. So there is no such particular qualification that one requires to be an SEO analyst. So people from any background, even from the marketing background, engineering background, or BSc, BA background, anyone can get into digital marketing, or for that matter, even SEO. But again, a few companies, like for instance, if it's a financial niche, they might prefer people from the marketing background because they'll be good with the numbers.
Yes.
So, but if you're getting into agencies, like which is particularly like agencies, as in like agencies will not have only one niche client, so they'll have different niches. For instance, e-commerce, which can sell any products, like be it saris, or be it furnitures, or be it anything. So if it's not a financial niche, and if they do not have a particular requirement where the person should be from the marketing background, any background people, like with any graduation from any background, can become an SEO analyst or get into SEO. So only for web development, generally people look for background of either computer science or BCA, because they are good with the coding, and it's from the basics they learn.
Yeah.
But it's not that like only those people can get into coding, but otherwise also there are a lot of courses that people do to get into coding and web development.
Got
So
it. So, what skills one should develop before entering this field, and any resources do you suggest?
So skill set, as in first thing is like creativity matters, and also like you should think out of the box. But again, this comes with experience. But at least one should be willing to learn. But when you're asking about the skill set, they not everyone, or in every background that they take, like they'll teach about SEO or maybe other aspects of digital marketing. So if nowadays we have courses called digital marketing course itself, where people have that option, like if they're getting into marketing, like MBA, so they have the specific course for MBA for digital marketing. But if at all you're not opting for that, and if you're doing, for instance, BSc or engineering and then want to get into SEO, there are a lot of institutions that are offering the courses, 3 months course, 6 months course, where they will teach you the basics of digital marketing. So they won't just teach about SEO, but other sectors of digital marketing, like basics of Google Ads, basics of social media. So people can enroll in such courses, and then they can choose which one they really are interested in. Because sometimes people may come with a mindset, okay, I want to become a social media analyst. But then once they get into the course and once they start working, they might change their mindset and they want to get into SEO.
Yeah.
So that, or maybe Google Ads. So there they can streamline it. So but otherwise it's always good to know about the basics of all the streamlines, like be it SEO, ads, or market, social media. It's always good to know the basics, but like it is, at least from my experience, what I would suggest or what I feel is like to stick to one niche that you really are interested in, but to have the basics and the knowledge of the other streamlines as well. Otherwise, like, we end up like, what do you say, jack of all, master of nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So from there, like once you have the core knowledge of one particular streamline, maybe then you can, along with it, you can learn the other aspects as well. So at least till you have that knowledge, core knowledge, the strong basics, stick to one streamline or one subject like that you really like, work on it, and then get on to the other one.
Got it, got it. So, what tools do you use on regular basis?
So there are like multiple tools. There are few free ad tools as well, which is by Google itself. So apart from that, like there are like a number of tools, and among that, which I feel will really help is SEMrush, Ahrefs, and Sumo, Screaming Frog. So these are the tools, and also there is one more tool called Deep Crawl. Not many people uses it, I believe, but that is also a very helpful tool. And apart from this, like when it comes to free tools, we have Google keyword planner, so which helps us with keyword analysis and other things. And the basic tools that everyone should use and will use are Google Search Console, which is called GSE, and Google Analytics, which we use it to track the performance of the website and how many leads we are getting, how many audience have visited, from where they're visiting, from which device they're visiting. So to track all these basic things, we use Google Analytics.
Okay.
And the advanced tool for this is called Adobe. And a few of the companies, like they use Adobe Analytics more compared to Google Analytics.
Okay, okay. If someone who is studying, if they are interested in this field, do they need to develop knowledge on one particular skill, or it will be after joining the job? Is it or?
So a person who is interested in digital marketing need not necessarily, like, stick to one thing, because again, if I am new to this, I have heard people talking about digital marketing, but I don't know what it is and I want to join it. So how will I decide, like, whether I want to join SEO or whether I should learn marketing, or should I be a designer or something related to branding? So it's always good to research, check, because unlike earlier, these days we have lot of resources on Google,
Yes,
YouTube,
yes.
and so it's always good to know what exactly it is. Though
Okay.
you, at in the first instance itself, though the person will not get to know 100% about what it is, at least they'll have the basic knowledge. For instance, some people will have a lot of creativity, they're good at making the videos, so such people, they can go for like YouTube.
Hmm.
So if you know what YouTube marketing does, or if you know what social media marketing is, or if you know what SEO is, if you just know everything, at least the basics, how they work, maybe depending on that, depending on your skill sets and interest, you can decide.
Got it, got it. So, how can someone find opportunities in this field for freelance or full time?
So first thing is like if you want to join a company or an agency, even if it's a startup,
Hmm.
generally people ask for digital marketing certification or what kind of experience you have. So
Mm-hmm.
there are very limited companies that will, or maybe there are companies which hires freshers from the campus or which recruits directly from the digital marketing like course providers. So
Mm-hmm.
certain people or certain educational institutes which offers 6 months course or 1 year course, they directly have the tie-ups. So just like you have campus placements
Yeah.
in colleges, they have
Hmm.
placements like this. But in if in case like you haven't got an opportunity to get placed from the marketing uh, institutions or from where you have done your course, either you can because in back in 2015 and 17 it was very difficult for the freshers to get hired or placed. So everyone was looking for like people with at least 1+ years experience. But
Okay.
now that is not the case. People are still willing to take freshers and train them.
Okay.
So that is one way of looking at it. Or you will also have a lot of freelancing opportunities. Like so in LinkedIn, if you just create that post, there will be a lot of people who would even would be looking for the freelance opportunities. So but
Okay.
what I would suggest is unless and until one gains at least a little bit of experience, when I say little bit of experience, at least 10 years of experience, not
Hmm.
to get into freelancing. It's
Okay. Okay.
always better to join an agency or a company, get to know the basic, learn about the basics, and get some hands-on experience.
Hmm.
Because if you do that, when you need help, when you're going wrong, that you will have at least someone to guide you.
Yes. True. True. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always get into a company, take an experience, and then think about the freelancing. And also, when you get into a company,
Hmm.
and when you're working, also just do not rely upon your senior or just your colleagues.
Hmm.
Always try to do your research. There are a lot of good resources like SEO, search engine journals, and lot of articles that you keep getting. So when you're stuck with something or when you start something, for instance, like if you want to optimize or get a page on first position, there are a lot of articles. So try doing your own research, check for other sources as well, and see how it works. Because like maybe other person might be knowing 10 things, he might be missing the 11th thing. But if
Yeah.
you do your own research and if you go through it, you might get that one more additional thing in your knowledge bank. So that's how I would suggest one to go with the skill set.
Agreed. Agreed. So, what are all the top companies that are in this field?
So I wouldn't say like top companies that are in the industry, but yes, there are many. One is like again, I would say Iquanti because I'm working here and I know I have learned a lot here. And
Mm-hmm.
there are other specifically like digital marketing agencies like Group M.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is this um, Neil Patel, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's one more. Not many people know about it, but there's one called Unigage, and so yeah, there are Team Pumpkin, Social Beats, Hive Minds. So yeah, there
Okay.
are a lot of
Yeah.
companies.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what will be the average salary for fresher, and how will be the career progression and role hierarchy?
So again, for a fresher, it depends on the company to company as well. If you're getting into a good company, agency, so average salary for a fresher, it will be anywhere between 22 to 27.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And for again, if you're going again, there is something called internship also. Excuse me,
Yeah.
that the companies looks for,
Hmm.
especially the agencies. So if you're just doing the internship, then pay scale will be lesser. It can be somewhere between 15 to 18,000.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you're going to a really good company, I mean, which are already established, like there are companies like again, a few companies, and I don't know if I can really mention it. So directly they'll pay like 28 to 30 for the freshers itself.
Okay.
But again, there will be some contracts like
Yeah.
1 year contract and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are keeping a contract, they'll pay you really well. Or there are other very small agencies which are like, just it's like startups, so they will pay anywhere between 18 to 20. So the pay scale always depends. But once you're experienced, especially 2 plus years,
Mm.
then again depending on the knowledge you have.
Yeah.
So I feel that here in SEO industry, it's not about the number of experience that matters.
Mm-hmm.
A
Okay.
person with 4 to 5 years of experience can get the same salary as a person with 8 plus years is getting if your
Mm-hmm.
knowledge is really good.
Yeah, got it.
It all
Hmm.
depends upon your knowledge and skill sets.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it. So, while recruiting a candidate, what do you look for?
So while recruiting a candidate, one is like if it is again into, it depends on the streamlines also. If it is for social media marketing or like YouTube marketing or like on page, we look at least for the communication, how you communicate, because it's all about English, right? So Google mainly that we optimize is all about English. So at least the person should have the basic communication knowledge. If it's not hi-fi, like very standard, at least like so one is the communication, and then again, if it is especially for SEO, the basics, like what is their understanding of SEO.
Okay. Hmm.
So they should have a little bit of idea. Like when you're coming as a SEO analyst or anything, when you're giving an interview, you should at least know what SEO is
Yes, yes.
in layman terms, at least. If not
Yes.
in depth, they should know that basics. And the other point is like willingness to learn.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you feel that a person is, interested in learning
Hmm.
this activity, so then there's always this saying or a quote, higher character.
Hmm.
So it's all about like um, uh, how willing excuse me, how willingly the person is like the willingness of the person to learn.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Yes.
So it's higher character, trained skills. So
Hmm.
skills can always be trained, but so it goes that way. So if the person has these three characters to get into entry level, then I think anyone can get into SEO.
Got it, got it. So, does this require any coding, this field?
So no, if you are getting into an SEO, you don't require any coding. But again, so with SEO, people, for experienced people, they ask or they expect to have a little bit of technical skills, which
Okay.
doesn't require the hardcore coding, but then the basics of WordPress, or if at all it's a WordPress website, or the basics of HTML coding. Because in case if there is a small changes that you want to do, and if you really don't want to like depend upon other people where the works get delayed, then knowing it is a good thing. That's going to be an additional advantage for a person, but it's not hardcore that a person should know WordPress or should know HTML coding to become an SEO analyst.
Got it, got it.
So those
Just
are just the additional skill sets.
yeah, yeah. Do you have any suggestions for the people who are interested in SEO analyst?
So my suggestion would be like again, I have seen people who get into courses like maybe 3 months or 6 months courses, and they stick to like what is being taught
Okay. Mm-hmm.
in the institution, but never limit yourself to only whatever is being taught to you or whatever is being given to you in the books or like in the form whatever the materials they give you, because there is always something more to it.
Yeah.
So there they can only tell you what SEO is, but you need, or they might tell you SEO is all about meta tags or content, but SEO doesn't work with just meta tag or content. So for that content, you should learn what to do, how it should be done. So always, like, apart from whatever the material, that is good to understand the basic to start with. That's just a starting point. And that is all they can teach you. So I always advise, do your own research. There are a lot of YouTube videos. Go through YouTube videos. There are a lot of journals and articles that will be published every other day. Go through it. And also, like, few, and this is again, this is optional. If people want to, they can, otherwise it's not a hard and core rule. But you always get this, like, website domains, that you can build on Wix and all, which is not very expensive also.
Yeah.
So try to get that. Try to build a website, whichever you want to. If you're interested in traveling, write something about traveling, or maybe it can be just a blog page as well. Whatever you're interested in, try researching, like, and try to see how optimized your page is. So that's how you will learn.
Got it. Got it.
Just
Yeah.
try experimenting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great advice. Uh,
And also about, like, sometimes, like, when it comes to content, like, also try experimenting with the content. Also, you have many free tools, content generating tools,
yes.
or maybe, so you can try writing your own content. Or if you're not interested, just pick up a page from any of the. And also, like, about the auditing, also you have a free tools, like, because in every institution or the marketing course you join, you will not get this opportunity. They, because again, it's just institution.
Yeah.
So it's like, there are very free tools called SEO checker and all those things. So pick up a website, any website, random website from Google, or something that, and try auditing from there, and see what it is showing.
Hmm.
Correlate with whatever is being taught to you in your institution. So
Yes.
that's how you'll get a hands on as well. So tomorrow, if you're going for an interview as a fresher, you can always say, okay, this is what I've done, this is how it is. So that,
Got it.
people always look for someone with, like, a little bit of out of the box thinking, or, like, a little
True. True.
extra knowledge.
Yes. Yes. Like kind of doing a project.
Right.
Yes. Right. Got it. So, how has the industry changed since you joined?
I think from the time I joined, it's like, it's very different, because, as I mentioned earlier, though digital marketing started in India somewhere around 12 years ago, nobody even knew about it. At least, to be honest, I hadn't heard about it like till 2015. So when people started getting to know about digital marketing in 2015, it was still very limited. So people thought this is just like any other course, maybe that would just fade away with time and everything.
Hmm.
And also the career opportunities in 2015 till at least 2017, 18, it was very minimal. Like, people always wanted someone with, like, 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience, who, and they were expecting a person to know everything. Like, one should know social media, one should know SEO, one should know affiliate marketing. So they were expecting everything. So now when we see, people know what exactly they want, people know what exactly they want from that particular person, when they, post this recruitment posts and everything. So if they are looking for a SEO, they will only be interested in how good you are in SEO. If they're looking for some performance marketeer, they know, okay, what they should expect out of this person. So that way it has evolved a lot. People know a lot more what they used to think of it earlier. And now I feel 90% or at least 70% of the traditional marketing is getting, converted to digital marketing. So that way it's like booming.
Got it. Got it. So, I have a rapid fire for you. I'll give you words. Just tell whatever comes to your mind first.
Okay.
Okay. MBA.
Sorry.
MBA.
MBA, waste of time.
Digital marketing.
It's good.
Iquanti.
Best place to work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Thanks. It's been a great informative session, Mansa.
Thank you too, Pranati. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts on SEO and other things.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
If you
thanks.
guys have any doubts, you can comment down below and you can connect with Mansa through LinkedIn as well. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mansa.